Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everyone. My tea is almost finished brewing. Got a couple minutes left on that. Hello, Lord Miz. Also, oh, you got several drops, but it looks like they all got knocked off. How are you all doing today? My morning so far has been pretty good. I think enough sleep to be aware this morning, so that's a good sign. And I haven't even had the morning tea yet. All right, so do we have? We do. We have a pull request that we could take a look at. So let's go take a look at that. Phil Ashio, can you ask a dumb question? Absolutely. No, you could always ask. You could always ask. How do you know which kind of error to return in an option? So obviously we're talking about Rust code here because there's not really options in some of the other languages. Let's see. How do we know what type of error? The sort of glib, maybe not super helpful response is the type of error that that the caller is expecting. It's actually a more complicated. Well, okay, an option has no error. It's always just not. Yeah. You're right. You're right, Lord Mist. There's options and there's results, which is really easy to mix up. Can I go to play Rust? So an option. So if we have a function, test no error, and this returns an option. All this really means is that it returns either something or nothing. So it's basically null or something else. So this could be like an F32. Now, if we have test maybe error, then this is going to return a result. Now, I think what the answer you're asking is how do we know what type of error to return in the result? Because this could be something like, okay, we're going to return an I32, but also maybe a string as part of the result. But there's many different types of errors, right? You've been seeing in our current project, we've been working with game error. And if we take a look at game error, it's actually an enum that holds potentially many different types of errors. We've also, let's see, there's the IO, I think IO error, standard IO error, something like that. And you might see this, string error is a pretty confusing example. Yeah, that might not be the best. But for example, there's standard IO error that might come along. Now, the problem is that there's so many different types of errors because every single action that we take, that's not the right, every single interface that we use, essentially every single API is probably going to have its own unique type of error that we need. But they all are supposed to implement the same trait, a specific error trait or try trait. And so this is where libraries like anyhow or error come in. So if we use something like anyhow, we could say instead of returning result like this, we're going to return, what is it, anyhow result. And then we just give it the type that we're planning on returning, we ignore the error part, and so we say, oh, this is going to be 932 return. Maybe return like 15. And this is saying, okay, any type of result, any type of error, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's a proper error and implements the error trait, then it'll be fine. And then you could just sort of bubble that up, and it's still going to be okay error at the top level. Does that answer your question, Phil? Basically, the end result right now is use a library like anyhow or error or any of the, like, I think there's like several other ones that you could use too. Those are the two that I can think of off the top of my head. Just because there's a billion errors. All right, so Utsby did a pull request to show us how we can flip properly. So, okay, so removing this mirror X, we can basically do, the way we're doing right now is location X, a self width, scale, absolute value divided by 2.0. Yeah, so if we're trying to open a file, you look for an error in standard FS. Like if a file doesn't exist, yeah, because standard FS will have its own errors. IO has its own errors. Yeah, exactly. And that's both a strength and a weakness, I believe, in the Rust ecosystem right now, is if you try to error handle without using something like anyhow, it's just a little bit more complicated. It's still very doable, but it does... FS operations use IO error, not FS error? Okay. I guess that makes sense. It's pretty easy to see what the type of error is going to be giving you. What you can do if we come to the Rust Playground, if we bring in... just use options. It does say in a docs, but your editor should also give you the same information. So if I come here and we open up our editor, and where are we accessing? Where's my utility? Utilities. So here we're accessing the we're accessing any like what is it? The file system. So with buff reader, we can see we have this question mark here. So there's some kind of error. So we take a look at new. Maybe. Are you not my normal? What happened? Why am I not seen? Creates Rust Analyzer. Hey, Rust Analyzer, you're on. I get highlighting, but no hover. Oh, that's not happy. So normally you can hover over something like new and get that pop-up that's going to show you like what the return value is. And then you can see what the error is. The other thing that you could do is you can return the whatever return is that seems to be some kind of like error, and just replace it with parentheses. You press Control Q there, but you probably got different keys. Yeah, we'll try it. Let's see what Control Q does. Which window did that open? That's weird. Oh, it opened source control? Oh. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what keys you're mapping to for that. Show the pop-up with docs and some. Yeah, so I've got some other, I've never used it, I don't think, so I don't know what it would be. Anyways, IntelliJ keeping up with some changes. Oh yeah, I don't have that. Anyways, if you figure out how to like actually get that pop-up, you can then see what that returns. And no problem with site tracking. That's one of the things that I'm here for. That's why I put the education tag on. I love to answer those questions. Also, it's an opportunity for me to learn too. Anyways, so we're coming back to where are we going? Where are we going? Where's my browser? There you are. Come back to here, and so Utsby is giving us a suggestion that okay, we can drop this mirror and give us this. So our previously we had the location x plus self.width times scale by position 0, and so he wants us to absolute value point this. Let's try that before we go like crazy with everything else we've been doing. So let's head back into where this is sprites. So we want to remove the mirror x. And then we want to, for this, drop param. So here, this one, I believe. Yeah. We want to make this a dot absolute value like that. Something I just realized that I could do is we could restart what is it? It's I guess this one. There we go. Install the latest Rust analyzer. I'll go ahead and load this up as well. We don't know if there's any problems here, but let's go ahead and run it. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. So we can move left, we can jump, and we can move right, but we still end up having the same exact problem. So it didn't actually fix it for us. Hello, Utsby. You put the OBS in a Y scale, not X. Was I supposed to put it on X? Let's see. Oh, you're right. I was supposed to put an X. There we go. Thank you, Utsby. Let's go ahead and try this again. I kind of like that you can preload the sword commands, that you can like start them early. And of course it starts them at the beginning, so it's not like it's cheating there. Okay, so ooh, yeah, that works. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Utsby. This is exactly what we needed, and it turns out it was just a little bit of math, just like most things in life. Okay, let's actually try to avoid these for this last heart. Oh, I was planning on going right after it, but I mistimed it. Lord Miz, good hits. So that was perfect. Thank you so much for that. I will come in and then I will close without the comment with comment because we decided to just implement this in here. But with that, Uspi, you did provide some help. This would have normally added in, so I think I'd be comfortable with bringing you into the where is it? Chat wins, streamer wins. Where's my contributors? Where's it grabbing that from? Chat win messages, streamer win messages. These are all images. Oh, hello. Come on up. Zilby is in petting distance and just jumped onto my lap. Right when you were asking that. Oh, you're in play mode. I need a toy for you. Okay. Toy to distract. Yeah, we switched up his food a little bit. I think I mentioned that before. And he's so much more energetic now. After he eats, he was getting like really lethargic, sort of. I guess like that standard post meal tiredness. But now he like post meal doesn't last for very long before he's up and running around. So I think it's a much better food for him. No, that's my finger. Given the chance, he'll always choose to like try to use our hands for toys. So I've tried not to let him do that for too much. Oh, he's getting distracted. Oh man, we could just play with Zilby all day. If any of you know a graphic artist who knows how to draw pets, I would love to hire someone to draw Zilby. Especially if I could create some like badges or emotes for Zilby, I think that would be great. All right, let's let you over here. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's how you want to get down. And you get back to normal. I have this crate down on the floor and, but already? You want to come back? Or not? Oh, you want to? You want to play while hanging out. Okay. Oh, you just got a crate, Rust and all? Oh yeah. I love how like in the recent years the entire industry has gotten really good at the I guess like it's not fully puns, but like the themes. All right, so where is our list of contributors? Did I just miss that? Oh no! There was caps being spammed. Hold on. I need to turn off the cap spamming thing. I don't think it's helpful. Also, what did you send? You say, rah, 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 raid. Oh no! I don't like to stop that. Hold on. Yep, that's bad Nightbot. Okay. Where's my spam protection? Excess caps disabled. All right. I'm like more and more Nightbot is just getting turned off every single stream, it seems. All right. Sorry about that, Felicia. Try again. It should work this time and should not time you out. Make Rust crate again. Oh. Oh. All right. Okay, so am I just like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find... Wait, did we put it in the code? Did we hard code it? Is that the reason why I can't find it in here? In a splash screen. Oh, no, it's not splash screen. Credits. It's credits. Yeah, okay, here it is. Because I hard coded it in. That's why. So, Utsby, let me make sure I get your name spelling correct. It was just Utsby. Okay. B. Okay, there we go. You'll go get your code. Oh, right, and this needs to be 5 now. Oh, you have no coffee? Oh, well, that's a problem. Yeah, go get some coffee. For me, like, caffeine in the morning is a must these days. Okay, so we fixed that here. So now we have Utsby in the lineup because Utsby helped out. And let's see. That was this pull request. Was there anything else that we wanted to look at? No, just all the normal things that got hit. So we're good to go. Thank you so much, Utsby. That actually, I think, solves this. Solves what we're working on. Let's go ahead and reset our timings. So in the main library, we set the game to start with 10 seconds. How long should that be? Is 10 seconds enough, or do I need something longer, like 15 seconds? Let's try 15 seconds. Close all of you up, and no errors, no warnings. Let's go ahead and run this. And we'll play a game for real, so go ahead and try to get me. And I'll see if I could survive for those 2 minutes. I did, so for a small while, I was on my own time playing games like Rogue Legacy and some other like the fast action games where you have to like dodge things a lot, and I am like, I've gotten better. Like I can survive this game a little bit more. It used to be that just with the first one I would die within, I don't know, the 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Now I'm significantly better, even though it's keyboard controls, and so therefore it's not quite as nice as like a controller. But I wouldn't say I'm a master at those type of games. You don't know all the stuff you can throw? All of these things on the right. So you could do hash fire, hash sword, hash snake. And they all have different actions and like how they end up working. I think the swords, like the sword really makes it. If it was just like fire or snake, it would be maybe a little bit too easy. But the swords, because they're bouncing around randomly, is really kind of gives it. I guess like if you mix them all up together, it makes it really hard. And so far, we haven't run into any problems with like number of streamers. I think we had like 50 people in here at once playing at one point in time. All right. Well, that's something I just noticed. When I won, it had the with teammates. And that's not right. For credits here. Okay, so with teammates, yeah, okay, if teammates length is greater than 1. Also, okay, we probably only want to do with teammates if the streamer didn't win. And so we can tell if the streamer won running based on the running state. So with teammates here, okay, so and running state, what is it, the matches? And matches, how does that work again? Foo A to B. Okay, yeah, I put the variable there. Okay, so running state, and then here is going to be running state, and then this is going to be the chat one. And I wonder if I should do something like that. That might be best. All right. So with that, oh, I have a warning. Game object draw system. We're not using you. Let's get rid of you. Save you. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and make sure that it compiles. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and get this all set up. So thanks to OOTSB, we are using the correct player sprites. So commit that. We'll go ahead and push you up, and then we can also pull request this into master. So start a pull request here. And this is, I think we can do complete finishes. Did I fix the problem with the font not working at the start? Are you talking about the font in VS Code? Is there any place where I'm using here? Yeah, here. Yes, I did. I fixed the problem with the font working via at start. Let me go ahead and show you what I did. Do I have? Yes, I still have it in downloads. So I had been going to the fonts, like just the fonts page, and then dragging these fonts in, which it claimed was a way to install them, and it worked only for that session. As soon as I rebooted the computer, everything reset. But then after a fresh reboot, I highlighted all of these, right-clicked, and then install for all users. And then that worked. So apparently I was like, you have to do that way, and the other way just doesn't work at all. So that's how I solved it. And now the font is staying up, multiple boots. It's been like a week now. Okay, so I think this is it finishes, completes, solves, fixes 8. I think that will auto close it then. Thinks it'll help you. Hopefully it will. Let me know if it doesn't work. It worked for me, but I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like Windows is kind of odd in that like sometimes things work only for like different combinations of hardware. That really shouldn't be a problem or like cause issues. Okay, so for the description, we have we cut up the player sprites into different sprite sheets. Oh, wait. We're not ready to do this. One thing I just remembered in assets here, if we look at player left, it's just player left like this. That's a problem. Meaty Kidder, you just released your first game. It's called Be Gentle. It's a really fast arcade type game. Could you possibly try it and give you a little feedback? Absolutely. Hello, Lord Mist. What's it written in? Meaty Kidder, is it Rust? Okay, so player forward is still correct. Player backward is still correct, but player left, we're not doing this right. So we need to get back into GIMP here. Where is it hosted on GitHub? Like, where is it hosted? Game Jolt. I haven't heard of that. It's an indie game site. How about this? join my Discord, send it, and then send it to me there, and then after stream I'll take a look at it during the day, and then I can send you some messages there for what I feel about it. And I'll probably get back to you tonight because I usually right after stream I have to go to work, but I'll be able to take a look at it today. All right, so what were we doing? We're opening player, okay, full player character. So here is this lovely tiny player character. And we want all the way, like all of this left. And so if we remember, I think they're 16 pixels wide, or is it 8 pixels wide? I forgot already. We can actually determine this. It was, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so yeah. So we have, what are you width-wise? 384 pixels. So 384 divided by 24 is 16 each. It's hard. You call it the Dark Souls of Pong? Interesting. Yeah, I have found that the game balance is really hard. Like figuring out how to make it something not too easy and not too hard is much tougher than maybe previously thought. Also, just looking over. Don't move. Zilby here is hanging out on right next to us. I don't know how he handles that. Like he's holding his head up while trying to sleep. Okay, so we want 16, and then there's 8 of these. So if we do 16 times 8, that's 128. And so I want to go 128 over, and then 128 across. So what is that? That we're going to do image, canvas size. We want 128, height 16, but an offset of 128. Resize. And here's, no, that's, I want to, okay, 128 is correct for the width of that. Oh, the opposite is backwards. So negative 128. Resize there. There we go. And here's left looking. Looks like this game editor thingy doesn't use any programming at all. Is it like an introduction to like game development type thing? Because like if it gets you into it, and like your next game is going to be something where you can program with it, it's like that could be an excellent like. It could be a good prototyping tool, and then like the next step is now build it in like Unity or Godot or anything that requires some programming. Sort of like get those game chops. Yeah. Okay, so I want player left to replace you. The website has very little details. I've seen that with some of those alternate game engines that don't have very much. All right, so here you go. Here's player left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them, so that means in the player library, when we create a new player, here's player left, sprite across is 8. So if we do that, then let's go ahead and run this again. Okay, I need to survive long enough to test this. Oh, well, it kind of worked. So I can look left and I can look right. So I think that works. All right, I think we're good to go now. And it was only you, so therefore that was correct to not to have the teammates. So we're good to go so far. I don't really need to exit. I don't know why I did that. All right, so close all of you. No errors, no warnings. Back to here, and this is using 8 sprites left and right. We'll go ahead and push you, and let's create that pull request now. Okay, so this solves 8. And so this is thanks to Bootsby, we were able to cut up the player sprite sheet into different sprite sheets. One for looking left, forwards, and backwards. Not using this one. For moving right, we are using the left sprite sheet and mirroring. Mirroring on the X axis. All right, perfect. All right, so we can go ahead and create that pull request. View that up here. View that up here. Okay, and I think we're good to go, so I can go ahead and merge this pull request in. And let's see whether or not this solves issue number 8. It did not. I guess I could link this pull request. Which is, well, apparently solves the wrong keyword there. Maybe it was fixes. We can try that next time. So I'll go ahead and close this issue. We're good to go there. Okay, so what next do we have? Four issues left, and one of them is release the game. So really 3 issues of like working on left here. Okay, so we have instructions, save score to disk, and add a label to drops for subscribers. So we have a conversation about here. What's this conversation? Oh, well, that's just me. Save score to disk. We don't have any conversation with this. Oh, the create save file might be useful in saving a score to disk. So Mir Clamp helped us with that. And add a label. Let's just try taking from oldest to newest that doesn't involve. So we'll just do this one. I'm going to go ahead and assign this to myself. All right. We'll come back to get cracking here. And what I can do is see my open issues. I need to refresh you. So here's the add label to drop for subscribers, create a new branch. Ooh, before I do that, we need to clean up GitHub a little bit. So delete you and delete you. Okay, now I can create a branch off of master and go ahead and push you so that way it's visible and saved. And let's go ahead and see what we can do about adding a label. Let's see. So Meaty Kidder, let's see. Okay, that game engine is using a visual scripting interface that has logic like Java, so it's very simple to work with. Logic like Java and a visual scripting language. That's interesting. Is it like a more complicated sequel to something like Scratch, which is, I know that's a visual scripting language. I don't know of any others that do visual logic. But then again, I've not really looked for any of them. Okay, so when we get our command, it's more like construct, if I've ever seen that. I don't know construct, so I haven't seen that. Is the construct a game engine too, or is it just like a visual programming language? Okay, so when we create a new command here, okay, so it's just a pure visual language. I had Hardlander, have you already fixed the facing rate bug? I have. We fixed that thanks to Utsby. It was actually, we were like so close. We were just so close. But Utsby helped us across the finish line. Thank you. Okay, so when we handle this, we're creating a new game object, and do we give it, there's usually like a label in here somewhere. So drop, option, physics system, chatter, my type. Is it the draw system? The draw system new. Hold on. Yeah, here it is, label. So I could put a label in right here. So for example, if we replace this with some label, and we rerun this. Oh, it needs a string. Right, because what we're getting from Twitch chat is going to be a string, and so we're just sort of assuming that's what we would get. Now, everything dropping should have that label on it. Let's see how it ends up looking. I think I have this set to 15 seconds. How does that look? Okay, so player doesn't have it. That's right. It didn't affect any of these, but if we drop anything, we should see those. So let's go ahead and drop some. Yeah, okay, so we see a label like that. That actually doesn't look bad at all. And how about snakes and fire, swords? That's pretty good. And then sword. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, yeah, and I can touch the label and it won't hit me. And then finally there is. Oh, perfect. That works just fine. Okay. So what we need to do is figure out if we need to give a label, and if we do, then drop that in here. So this is handle. We have self drop zone. What do we have in here? We have the command type. Okay, we have the chatter in here. So in handle, I want to debug self.chatter, and I want to see what we get in here. Yes, I don't want to move you. And let's go ahead and panic right afterwards. Just that way we can, we're only looking at that. All right, so if I do a drop, so do fire. Okay, so here's what I see. A chatter, I get my name, I get the color of it. Ooh, but I don't get my subscription status. And so I think... Okay, that's because we get a name and a color coming in. So where we create the chatter is an update. Okay, so we receive a message from the chat. So here's the chat message. We extract the chat name out. And we create a new chatter based upon that and pass that in. So perhaps at this point in time, let's see if we can, okay, let's take a look at just the chat message itself. And we'll go ahead and panic right here. Oh, you don't like that. Oh, right. Okay, so let's actually move you up here. All right, so we'll take a look at what this chat message is. Although, actually, if we go to chat message here, ooh, okay, subscriber is Boolean. Okay, so we have subscriber is Boolean, so I don't need to debug this. We already know. So we can set in here, so into chat, into chatter, we can take in So we're going to want to have a public subscriber. Maybe is subscriber. And this can be a Boolean. And we'll take in is subscriber, Boolean here, and throw you in here. Okay. So then when we create, when we create the new chatter, we give it the RGB value. And so now we can also say we want chat message dot subscriber and pass that in, because that's going to be a Boolean. Okay, perfect. Now back to commands. Am I a subscriber? So we should see that pop up here now. I think it, error. Oh, there was a default. We got this one. Chatter, if let some chatter equals game object.chatter. Oh, otherwise a default chatter, so you're going to be false. If you're a default, you're not a subscriber then. So if we do this, let's go ahead and try. As soon as the game starts, I'll do a fire, and I think is subscriber true? Okay, so I'm considered a subscriber, even though like I've not actually subscribed to my own channel. I can't, but it counts me as a subscriber because I'm the owner. And I think anybody who has a subscriber status will, like, I think that this is working properly for that, but we'll have to check. And so if we have this, then in commands here for handle, we could now, so before we create our draw system, we now need to create the label. So let's do let label. It's going to be equal to if self.chatter.is subscriber. Okay, so if you're a subscriber, then I want to return the string of the name. So that's going to be self.chatter.name. Else, we want just none, like that. So I actually want you to be a sum. So that'll be an option string here. Semicolon that. Save you, and then the label here becomes, and this is, what did it call you? Just label. All right. Now you, okay, cannot move out of self.chatter.name. I think we can clone you. It should be a pretty, shouldn't be very much. All right, so let's go ahead and try this. And what this means is that if you're not a subscriber, you don't get your name on. And I reward you for being a subscriber by adding your name in there. So it's not going to affect the gameplay as it will. It's just more of a little bit of a sort of acknowledging, like, oh man, you're a subscriber. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. So let's go ahead and I'll drop a fire. And there's my name. Can one of you try to drop something? Or I can try to log in. 'Cause I think. Okay. you're muted. Yeah, okay, I'm logged in as Brookcircle bot. So let's go to you, and we'll drop a fire. Yeah, okay, so then it's only dropping if you're a subscriber, and since my bot is not a subscriber, that's perfect. All right, I think that's working then. And Lord Mizd, yeah, because there was, yeah, you're not a subscriber right now, although you've been in the past. All right, perfect. So I think this is working. Wait, so only subs can play? That's pay to win? No. It's not only subs can play. So when you drop the fire, it worked. It's only subs get their label on. Everybody else is just on their own. So the way it works is, nope, too late. Let's try this again. Anybody can play, regardless of your sub status. The only difference here is that if you're a sub, you get a label by the drop with your username, and that's it. Nothing else. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all. So if we do fire as me, it still drops a fire. It just has my name on it because Twitch says that I'm a subscriber. And if you drop one, it still drops. It just doesn't have the label on it. That's sort of what I was thinking as like a little bit of a reward. Sort of pointless. It's one of those. It's because like I'm big on the idea that you shouldn't have pay to win. But like I just wanted like, okay, a little bit of something there. It was like, oh, thank you so much for being a subscriber. I don't know any other ways to like do that right now. Kind of pointless, yeah. I mean, most of those things are in my mind. That being said, I don't think it's a bad thing. What about everything have as a combo and subs have a different label color? Ooh, that could be good too. Like you get it's white for everyone if you're not a subscriber, and it's white if you're not a subscriber, and it's your color if you are a subscriber. Okay, I can get behind that. That could be really good. So let's try this. Let's go back into command here. For the label, let's actually say this is going to be easy then. So it's going to be label is sum. I don't actually even need to do this here. Well, this is long, line is really long. It's going to be self dot chatter dot name dot clone you, and so you're a label. Now for the game object draw system, we don't have a way to draw the color of the label out. So I guess right now if we run this, Lord Mist, if you do a drop, it should show your username, and I'll do a fire too. So there's that, and I think if you drop yours, it should show as well. Ooh, I can also test with this other one. Yeah, Berserker Brat. Okay, so perfect. So that ends up working. Okay, so if I want to color this out, let's go to the game object draw system. And in draw, so if we have the sprite, if some label, we have the new destination, and what we can do is we can change the color of that label here. So for example, if I do n.color, and we just create a new color, let's create something like 0.7, 0.5, 0.9. I don't know what the color that is. Oh, 1.0. Let's see. I'm surprised that had the color properly there for it. Usually it's white if it can't recognize it. Okay, so if I do that, now all the labels should be whatever color that is. Okay, yeah, that looks great. And we will need to reset the colors in case it's too dark. Do I already do that? I might already do that. Or I might not. I don't remember. Okay, so then when we create the draw system, we have the label, the scale by. Let's also do the label color is going to be an option color, like that. And so when we create a new one, we're going to take that in here. Let's actually put them right next to each other. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and store this in. And so then down here, when we draw, instead of setting this color up, we're just going to use self.label color. Oh, but we have to extract that first. So if let some label, then we need to extract out the label color. So let color equals if let some self.label. You know what would be nicer is actually, let's put this inside of label. So we can do this as a tuple. Can I also do this as a anonymous struct? So I can do some like text like that. I don't know if I can. Raven Legend, hello. I don't think I've tried this before. Let me see if it works. And then color is going to be a type color. Can I do that? Wrong number of type arguments, expected 1, found 0, expected 1 type argument. Okay, no, it doesn't like this. So let's do this as a tuple type. So we want a tuple, which is going to have a text, and then the other one is going to be the color. Can you set text color? Can you set the color of that? What is the command? It's cargo doc Oh, I have 4 errors, so I can't actually open the docs. Let's go ahead, bring you back over to here. Let's go find. Also, I'm not having audio on, right? Yeah, good. No audio. Pause, please. Oh, and I want GGEZ. Let's look for a text. Can I assign a color to this? So I can set the font. When I set the font, can I also set the color? So I implement, so we use default. It's a path to a font. Okay, so text fragment has color as an option, which is public. Okay. So can I just set that? So when it implements default, it sets, okay, color, font, and scale. Okay, we have sets the color. Okay, it takes a color here. So we can set the color. All right, this is gonna be perfect. So label, this is gonna remain. All right. Zilby is taking up the entire mouse pad now with his foot. I can just have, none of this needs to happen anymore. This is, we can just implement the color separately. So we're gonna have label option is just a text still. We're not gonna take in the label color. We're not gonna save that. It's just gonna be the label still. And then when you draw, we don't need to separately state what this color is going to be. It's just gonna be part of that text. So back to command again, when we handle, we have to figure out what this label color is. Where do we create that as a, oh, right here. So hold on. The label is a string. Game object draw system, when we create new, I might need to take in the label here, the color here. Because some text, let me text do this, set the font, and then I think we can do text dot. That doesn't work. I can't call color from here. Did I get a new mic? No, I did not. Oh, my mic is really loud. Oh, I forgot. I turned the. Let's try. How about this? Oh man, I had the gain all the way up. How's this sounding? Is this better? I think I was blowing out the mic a little bit for a while. Okay, so you're a text fragment. It's better now? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that. I didn't notice that I was maybe a little bit too loud. All right. So this is text. Now for a text, drawable text object, essentially a list of text fragments and some cached size information. So what are you? Okay, so you're a text that's made up of fragments. And I don't think that there's any. Okay, so set bounds, set the font. Yeah, okay. So we're going to want, I wonder if I want to create a fragment instead of a text, or in text, I can extract out the fragments because there's this fragments mute. And that might be what we want. So if I do, I want to mutate the fragments mute. So if I do, well, okay, I'm curious. If I do debug text dot fragments dot length, like, and let's panic after this. I'm curious about how many of these there are. Is it just one because it's just a single string, or is every character a text fragment? Oh, that's the wrong one. I want cargo run. All right, so then if I do fire, oh, interesting. It's not going to take effect until the game starts running, and then it should just immediately panic. There you go. So we're running this. Okay, the length is 1. So I think it hit yours first, Raven Legend. Your name is Raven Legend 466. That entire string is just one fragment. So what I can do is reach out and grab one of them. Okay, so when we are going to need to come take a the label color, or perhaps in here make this a tuple type, and have this be a string and a color coming in. And then in here, we have our, let's see, set font. So what I want to do is, how can I do this? We can extract out, so it's going to be text dot fragments mute. This gives us a mutable reference to the text fragment, and I can just change that there then. So then I want a position 0 dot color, and to set the color to be so U going to be a color. There we go. There, so that should set the color. Did I get a new mic? No, I didn't. But what I did do is I have the gain. I normally stream the game all the way down to you can't hear anything else that's happening in case like there's water running through the pipes or loud noises outside. But then I forget that I use the same mic during the day at work for like Zoom meetings and everything else, and they don't have the same gain control that I have with OBS. So I have to turn the gain all the way up on a mic for them to hear me. So I forget sometimes to like turn it back down for the stream, which I did today. So sorry about blowing out your ears and like making it not sound good earlier. Now it should sound so much better. Okay, so this sends the color in. This sets the color which means that we need to, in the command, when we have this label here, this is going to be option, so sum, and you become a tuple. And then the other part of this here is going to be the self dot tatter dot. Oh, we have like the red, green, and blue. So we need to create a new color here. And that's going to be self dot tatter dot red, self dot tatter dot blue, self dot chatter dot green. No, wait, what am I doing? RGB. You need to be green here. All right, so that handles this then. Oh, and 1.0. Mismatch types expected F32 found a U8. So these are U8s. Let's do from RGBA, and you become 1.0, and then you're happy now. That makes it our U8s. And thinking about, let's see. Okay, so this makes that happy. So then we pass in this there. We have two errors. Cannot move out of type text fragment a non-copy slice. I don't want to move you out. I want to get this mutable reference, but maybe I have to assign it to a variable first. So let fragment equals this. That first. Okay, this becomes a mutable reference to this. Then I want to do, I probably have to mute this. Then I want fragment position 0 dot color to be self dot, oh no, just color. That. Does that make you happy? Cannot move out of view. I don't want to. Do I need to dereference you? No, cannot be dereferenced. I guess I can for each it. Oh, what am I doing there? 0 here. That gives me that. And then can I do mute there? I wouldn't need mute here. Do that. Okay, will that make you happy? Cannot move out of a dereference fragment, which is behind a mutable reference. I don't want to move out of it. I want to set it. What am I doing wrong here? So I don't think I need to tell you that you're mutable. No, I don't. So fragment cannot move out of a dereference fragment, which is behind a mutable reference. Move occurs because fragment has types which does not implement the copy trait. But I don't want to copy you. I want to mutate you in place. Okay, so if I do this, we get an array. Fragment dot iter mute dot for each. So we're going to get a fragment dot color, set the color. Expected nothing. Mismatch types expected nothing. Found struct GGEZ graphics text fragment. Well, I don't want. Same problem. Cannot move out of here. So that's a. I need to figure out. It's already dereferencing, so I don't think I need to dereference it further. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to figure this out next time. But Raven Legend, you asked me to pet the cat. Zilby is just right here, so I don't know if I can pet the cat evilly. Pet the cat cutely. I don't know if the cat wants to sit on my lap. So, hmm. What evil plans do I want to come up with? And will you help me with them? Or will you just want to play? I don't have a fluffy white cat. Thinking of how to solve the issue. Definitely thinking about that. Yeah. So I need to figure out this like fragment thing to set the color for it. If I can't figure that out, then I'm just gonna have to draw like store the color separately, which is not necessarily a huge problem. It should just be fine, but yeah. However, that is going to have to be next time. I do have a meeting coming up. Tuesdays, I have a meeting with our success team earlier in the day than the rest of our stand up. So I do have to make sure I get going. That being said, we're gonna start off with this right away tomorrow morning and figure this out. And hopefully, with the rate that we're going, we might have this all buttoned up by the end of the week. So I'm looking forward to that. So with that, let's see, we can do this while holding Zilby. Let's go ahead and okay, all of you are saved. Back to you. Save all you. You are a work in progress. Push you up. All right, you're fine there. All this code can be found at Bang repo. It's the first link there. And with that, I am going to go ahead and switch to my ending screen. Thank you, everybody, so much for stopping by. I'll be back here tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue working on this project, and we'll be streaming to around the same time again. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. I've got to run. Bye.